Okay, here we go. Um, good day, everybody. I want to wish everybody a blessed day, and tell everybody that you're always in my prayers. When I say that, I mean that, man. When I speak to the big fella upstairs, I always include everybody. You dig what I'm saying? Let me get situated. Okay, there we go. Okay, when I pray to the big fella upstairs, like I said, I always include everybody. You dig what I'm saying? Like I don't exclude anybody. I pray for the entire world, and you know, I leave the judging and the what's gonna happen up to God. You know what I'm saying? Like let me get my hair right. Okay. You know, I leave that up to God. I don't what you call it. I don't excuse me. I don't judging is not my area. It's not my job, and deciding what happens to people, that's up to the big fella. So I pray for everybody. You know, of course, certain people are just no good, man. I have a different way of thinking, man. Than probably a lot of people. You know, a lot of people I don't even think should be in circulation. But that's another story for another day. But I literally keep everybody in my prayers. You dig what I'm saying? And I have a just I pray that things are good for you and yours. You dig what I'm saying? But I don't want to get too off the beaten path here. What I wanted to talk about for today was the streets of New York in the 80s and 90s, and who was running around in them, you know, um, pre Blood, Latin King, Nieta, Crip, stages. And what happened was in the 60s, 70s, first of all, there's always been gangs in New York. Do not um, get that misconstrued. There's always been gangs in New York. Gangs, crews, cliques, posses, mobs, teams, homegrowns, you know, or straight up gang banging, gang busting, maniac gang banging, hard body gang shit taking place like in the 60s and the 70s with the Devil Rebels in Bushwick, the Sex Boys. You had the Tomahawks. You had the Savage Nomads. There's a gang of them. You know what I'm saying? And that was like the eras where where Black Benji was killed, and do your history. There's some documentaries out there about that stuff going on, and the Ghetto Brothers. They tried to bring peace to the hoods and all that. They had a big meeting in the Bronx, in somewhere in the projects or something like that, in a community center, and they talked or whatever because one of their peoples had been killed, Black Benji. You know, they ran down on them like 100 deep, and there was only like 15 of them, and he tried to piece it out, and it popped off, and he got killed. And it was a big thing throughout the city. It was going to be like an explosion because people wasn't feeling the fact that he was killed while he was trying to make peace. You dig what I'm saying? But if you do your if you dig through YouTube, you'll find that there's documentaries on all this stuff. There's one called 80 Blocks from Tiffany's or 60 Blocks from Tiffany's that was made in like 77, where you see the gangs starting to die out and the hip hop starting to come on. But what happened was when the gangs died down in the late 70s, early 80s, hip hop came, and what happened was, hip hop crews and posses came along, homegrown New York City original gangs, you know, mobs, crews, posses, stuff like that. And it was really in the early 80s. It was crews and posses. That's what was going on. Bushwick posses, the HBO crew, this crew, that crew, and they used to wear beads and stuff. You dig what I'm saying? And pardon me. And you know, they was out here wilding, and I don't ever want anybody to think or have watched anything on YouTube where they talking about hip hop bought peace and all. Hip hop, you know, did piece certain things out and did bring people together. But I don't want anybody that's not from New York to think that all drugs stop being sold, people start getting shot and killed and robbed. Like that's not the case, man. New York in the 70s, 80s, 90s, 3,000 people a year were getting killed in New York. You dig what I'm saying? It was wild, dangerous out there. And you had, like I said, you had the crews and the posses. You had Bushwick Posse. You had Vanderveer. You had Vanderveer International Posse VIP. You had Gates Avenue Posse. You had NA Rock. You had, those were the homegrowns in New York. Some of them at that time. You dig what I'm saying? Along with the God Body, 5%ers, stuff like that. You know, and you know, these were the cliques that was running the streets. You dig what I'm saying? These are the cliques that was selling drugs. These are the cliques that was putting work in. These are the cliques that if you came through the blocks, you know, they would get at you, or they would put the pressure on you, or rob you, or, you know, or if you was tough enough, you could rock with them. You dig what I'm saying? And in Bushwick, you had, I'm talking about, I'm starting with Bushwick Posse was like the 81, 82 they came out. You know, salute to all the original Bushwick Posse members. And you had a whole bunch of homegrowns. You had MSD, which was Money, Sex, Drugs, which my man Show, rest in peace, started, and dudes just took it and ran with it. They were big over there by Cornelia, Putnam. They ran the show over there. You know what I'm saying? Jefferson and Knickerbocker, that area, Irving, all that over there. Putnam Park, Bushwick Park, all that. That was MSD side of things. They had a clique called U5 over there. You know, you had a lot of small independent cliques. You had on the other side of town there was HBO. This I'm talking about Saddam, Willoughby, DeKalb, Hart, like that area. You had HBO. Then came CGK, which was Crazy Graffiti Kings. You dig what I'm saying? Salute to them. Salute to the whole Saddam. Salute to Papito. You know, that's my guy from over there. I love you, boys. Salute to my guy, Corey Mick. Rest in peace. And from CGK came TMP, which was Too Much Posse. There also was a TMP on Menahan called the Menahan Posse. This is all facts. This is Bushwick history. And, you know, these was young, wild boys, man, selling drugs, robbing people, running the streets. You got to understand, during those periods in New York, people was destitute. They were desperate. There's no money. You know, you could go to a block, there'd be 20 guys selling drugs openly all day and night, 24/7, screaming out the names of the dope stamps. Let's say it was Poison, DOA, Lamborghini, Stingray, 9.5. You hear people on the block going, Poison, Poison, 9.5, Stingray, and then, you know, advertising their goods. You dig what I'm saying? And that's how it was going down at that era. You dig what I'm saying? Salute to the whole TMP, man. Rest in peace, Cheeto, Livewire. Rest in peace, Corey Mick. Rest in peace, Orlando. Rest in peace, Elliot Reck. You know, salute SA, AS, all the young boys that came together out of oppression and got together with each other and were loyal to each other. And, you know, found a way. Rest in peace, Plex, man. I can't speak on him without saying rest in peace, Plex. He was a good dude. I loved him, man. He was a very good person, man. And he didn't deserve to go out like that. Whoever it is that did that to him, you a piece of shit. Fuck you. So, but anyway, you know, that's how it was going down at that time. And hopefully, God willing, I'm going to put together, you know, documentation of Bushwick. In particular, I'm going to start it off with the TMP saga. I got my man R.A. Salute. What up, R.O.? And we got some things coming, man. I'm just preparing you for them, letting you know that's when I'm trying to do something positive and constructive, and hopefully also be able to help the young boys at the same time. salute to all the gangs out right now, man. I rock with all of them, man. You know, the Bloods, the Crips, the Kings, the Nietas, MS-13, whatever you click, you know, you pledge your allegiance to. I salute you, and I respect you for you taking a stand with that organization. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. You know, and another thing too. You know, if you've been out there, you know, recently in the recent years, you fucking with Crips, Bloods, Kings. You gonna fuck with them because you know, that's who's out there running the show. I'm neutral, but you know, I've been in the street my whole life, so it's easy for me to get along with anybody that comes from the mud, from the turf. You hear me? Like straight like that. So, you know, and I respect anybody who respects me. I don't never. You could be of any denomination. It doesn't matter to me. You know, it's. I love those who love me, and I oppose those who oppose me. You know, fuck around, lay around. You dig what I'm saying? Don't start none, won't be none. But you know, I'm off that tough guy shit, man. That tough guy shit don't impress me. You know, all the killers I know always had a smile on their face. You dig what I'm saying? Never walked around with face all screwed up, acting like they was, you know, murder one, homicide, psychotic rabies killer, number one. Anyway, but yeah, you know, I'm just gonna give you a little you know, little prepper for what's to come. You dig what I'm saying? Shout to all the homegrown crews and posses that was running around during the 80s and 90s before the you know, B's and C's and Latin Kings and all that took over. A lot of the dudes that's Latin Kings or Bloods and all that or Crips was running with a homegrown prior to that. There was Decepticons or this posse or this crew, you know, prior to the God Body. You dig what I'm saying? Like they was something else prior to joining, you know, the big three, let's say, Latin King, Blood, and Crip. But yeah, salute to the people in the struggle, man. You know, I struggle right with you. You dig? Like I said, I got state numbers, been on parole, work release, the whole shebang. Shelters, homelessness. You know, thank God I wasn't homeless for a very long time, and that makes me better than nobody. But thank God, you know, I always have people that love me. You know, the circumstances where I was homeless, I'm gonna get into when I tell my story. Like I said, I don't want to put too much out there. But thank you so much, man. God bless you all. Brownsville, Bushwick, Bed-Stuy, stand up, man. Ridgewood up, Queens, Middle Village, Maspeth, all that out there, man. You dig what I'm saying? Like Glendale, like Queensbridge, Far Rock, South Jamaica. Rest in peace, my man Master from 40 Projects, 40 Piece Finest, man. Good dude. I was in a few spots with him. Good brother. And shout to the Bronx, shout to Patterson, Mott Haven, Mitchell, Betances, Bronxdale, Eden Wall, Webb, like all that. I've been all over Monroe, like all over Co-op City. Shout to Harlem. You dig what I'm saying? Carver, Forster, Wilson, Jefferson. Shout to Uptown, The Hill, Sugar Hill. You know, shout to all these places, man. You know what I'm saying? Danger Zone, 139th, 38th, 40th, and Lenox, all that up there. You dig what I'm saying? Salute to the whole New York, man. Long Island, Wyandanch, Freeport, Central Islip. You dig what I'm saying? Staten Island, the whole Staten Island. You know, shout to the Wu-Tang for putting on for Staten Island too, man. You know, I'm a big fan of real hip hop and just of all music in general. I mess with the newer stuff too. You know, I don't I'm not closed minded. You got some good music coming from the young people right now. Uzi Vert. I mess with what's their names, man? The two young boys that they got that song Ray Shrummet. You know, I bought my first rap record in 1980. Super Rhymes, Jimmy Spicer. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm a historian with this. You dig what I'm saying? I also got some music coming You know, I don't want to ramble. God bless you all, man. I love you. If ain't nobody telling you that, I will. If ain't nobody praying for you, I will, man. You know, and I'm for unification of all people from all denominations. All right. Jaden, I love you, Nene. You heard? To my son, I love you. And everybody, do the right thing, man. Stay with positivity. Zeke Black, man. Go subscribe to Zeke Black. Subscribe to Mel Cross, to CK's channel, to Ice Corleone. Go subscribe to their channels, man. You know, I want to see all the people coming from the mud succeed. You dig what I'm saying? And on that note, man, Bushwick, Brownsville, and Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn up.